Right now I'm working on decibels and fractions and percents, which I really need to learn because I have my test tomorrow. I had her when I was 16, and my sister named her Zanaya Desiree Johnson, and she's 19 months. It's been hard for us for like a while, but we actually have our own little place now, so I'm happy. It's all because my mom got mad because I got pregnant at an early age, so she was kind of disappointed and kicked me out. And I thought I was just completely homeless, had no place to go. And I came to the shelter part of MELD, and I stayed there for about 3 weeks. Everything that I wanted to do, I could actually do because they're guiding me. It was kind of scary because after I had my daughter, I was just like, I want the best for her, and I needed to try harder, but no one was willing to give me the help that I needed. I'm still young, and I still need that guidance that my mom didn't give me. So when I came here, they would actually sit down and be like, okay, what's your goals? What do you want to do? How you want to do it? And it just encouraged me a lot more to be like, okay, I'm really going to do it. I'm really about to sit here and get my GED. I'm really about to make a life better for me and my daughter. So then that's what I took to it the most, because I was like, okay, they're sincere about what they're doing. If they're sincere, I'm going to be sincere, and I'm going to keep my word. And then take advantage of the program for the next 2 years so I can get a job, save up, and by that time I want to get a house afterwards. I want to buy a house, and that way it could be my own, and I won't have to deal with this problem ever again. My name is Shantae, and I'm 18.
I work for Bethesda Covenant Church, and I'm the graphic designer there. I was 18 when I found out I was pregnant. I felt very weird. I felt very ashamed again, because you just don't think you're going to be one of those girls that happens to. After finally talking to someone and having them call me back and say, we do have a spot open for you, you know, you're welcome to move in on this date, and this is what we're going to offer you, and we're just going to be here for you, whatever you need, whenever. I was just like, awesome. You know, because I felt at that point that I hadn't really gotten that from my parents. Like, it was more of a tough love, figure it out on your own. And so it was just nice to know that someone was out there willing to help. MELD was definitely that parental role for me. They didn't carry me, per se, you know, and walk me through everything. They just kind of held my hand and walked me slowly, step by step. He's extremely stubborn, like I am. He has his little organizational ways of, you know, when you get your markers and crayons out, you line them up in a rainbow color form, because that's what I used to do. He's just a light in my world, you know, and he's a reminder of everything that I went through was worth it.
We've been together for over 17 years. We have a his, mine, ours family. So he has an older son who's 30, and then he has a son who's 17. My oldest daughter is Chanel. She's the one I went through MELD with. She's 22. Michael and I then have 2, and we have a 16-year-old and a 14-year-old. I was in MELD in 1986 and 87. I was pregnant at 14. I was scared to death almost all the time, especially when I was pregnant. I thought, I can't do this. MELD was the one place once a week that I could go, and there were people just like me. As many people at MELD that were telling me I could do everything, were as many people on the outside telling me that I'm going to fail. I don't know how I'm going to get this baby out. The whole labor thing scared me. I finally had her. Here she is. I can't do this. If you believe in yourself and others believe in you enough, you can do whatever you want to do. And that's what they do. They help you believe in yourself. They help you believe that there's not anything out there that you can't do. Never once did they say, well, don't think about that. Don't dream about that. That's not even in your reach, Rose. You know, MELD had participated in my success, and so I was absolutely, I will, anything you want me to do, Karen, which led into Thursday night groups. Opening came up and she said, "You would be a great facilitator. What did you think about it?" I want them to see somebody who's successful. I do believe I'm a success. I really do owe MELD a lot, but I'm out there because I want to help. I want them to know that you can do it. MELD helped me to recognize my potential in my careers, in my education. Everything that I thought that I can do, they reinforced.
Before I didn't have anything, didn't have, a pot to pee in and a window to throw it out, if I say. So when I went to the shelter, all I had was a couple of pictures of me and my kid. It's something, isn't it? 17 years ago, I was in a shelter, pregnant, at 20, with a 4-year-old kid. And now I have 3 kids. Now I have a house. I have 2 dogs, 2 Pomeranians, beautiful aqua fish tank, lovely husband. Where I was coming from at my mother's home, I can remember this because I knew I didn't have a peace of mind. That's something I was searching for, but didn't know what it was called. When you're around certain people and they're talking all loud and there's gang affiliation going on in your home, there's dogs all around, people are cussing, people are yelling. Things are so dysfunctional in your own home setting, you can't get away from that. It disrupts you mentally. With 15, I had my daughter at 16. But at that time, it was a point in my life to where it was just so bad there. So I said, I gotta go somewhere else. Found out through a friend that the Trinity House existed. I went there. At that time, I was pregnant. I was 20 years old, and I had a 4-year-old already. They inspired me. There were caseworkers there. There were shelter staff that inspired me. They knew I would kind of mess up by not getting up for breakfast and feed my kid or something like that. But they would talk to me, say, these are the common things that you should know. If you don't know, we're here to teach you these things. I feel like this, and the staff helped me realize this. Once you have a child, it's no longer your past that you need to worry about. It's their future you need to worry about. I had to put whatever happened to me before that in the past, leave it there. Yes, it's part of who I am, but it's not who I am. And kind of step forward to making my kids have a better life. In 1999, I came back as a shelter staff. I interacted with the young ladies that were there homeless. It was kind of like I wasn't even working because this kind of brought back things. I'm just helping someone because someone helped me. I'm here to serve them. I'm not here to judge them whatsoever. It doesn't matter. I don't care what you've done. I don't care where you've been. I don't care the things that have happened to you. You deserve another chance. You deserve to live and get the best of this thing called life. And those young ladies at the shelter need to know that, because when you get to that shelter, you are discouraged. I remember that feeling, but I do remember having a feeling of peace of mind, but I also remember the feeling of being discouraged. You need somebody to come at you and say, it's going to be all right. There's nothing you can't do. I'm coming in with a smile on my face. You know they might be sad about being in that shelter, honey. But that's a temporary stay. You're only here for temporary reasons. You're about to become, you're about to better yourself. You have to get your hands dirty in order to grow something beautiful. Okay? It's our job to protect, cultivate, nurture, and help them grow into something beautiful. MELD is a safe place to get planted or replanted and then bloom into a beautiful life.